Welcome to this month's video, the February video. As you can probably tell by the length of this video, February hasn't been very busy for us. Our main event was scanning, however it was so wet at scanning time that it was hard enough trying to stay upright on my feet as well as taking video content, so I wasn't able to get any content for you guys, so I do apologise in advance. However, I will include whatever else I got up to this month. It was a good month for college as a lot of tractor practice is going on, ready for the ticket coming up in April, and there was a lot of moving sheep, as you'll see. But the main event at college this month was I was down staying at college for lambing, as they do early lambing. They lamb from pretty much the first week in January through to middle of February, and I was definitely in the thick of it. At college, the lambs, once they are strong enough after being born, get moved out onto the fields, as most of the sheep live outside 24/7. So it is our job as the students to help the farm staff, in this case Tommy and Johnny, to move the ewes and lambs from field to field. We have to do this mostly on foot as to not spook or separate the lambs and mothers bond, but it took us as students as well as Tommy's sheepdog, as shown in the video here, to move these ewes and lambs from one field through the yard, across another field and into their final destination field. Aside from that, we as students are lambing at college as well, and on the first day all power went out down at the lambing barn. Apart from the power going out, we definitely made the most of it. There was lots of bottle feeding to be done, as some weaker lambs get an extra boost, or triplets will get an extra boost. So that is definitely the favourite job of us as students, is to bottle feed the lambs, as it has to be done and it is definitely the cutest job of them all. And apart from that, we also assist in the lambing, and there was quite a few to lamb. I can't remember the exact amount, but definitely while I was there for the 2 days staying down at college, there was, I think, 10 born, and it was early mornings, late nights. We got down to the barn for 6 o'clock, and can't remember the times we left, but it was definitely late. The lambing barn setup was definitely different from what I was used to, but I adapted quite quickly, as it did make sense, the setup. But in between lambings, Lizzie, my friend who was on lambing with me, and I were playing with the cute lambs, which was definitely a highlight for us. The friendly ones were definitely the bottle fed ones. We got to know which lamb was which as we were feeding them as well as cuddling with them, and we, as soon as we fed and done all the jobs, we'd pretty much sit down and cuddle, making sure everything lambed safely and got assistance if and when needed. We got lots of pictures of the cute lambs, Lizzie and I. It was great. I thought I'd share most of it with you on YouTube, and it is also going to be uploaded to my Instagram, my TikTok, and any lambing that we do personally a bit later on down the line in April will also be uploaded there, so you'll be able to see the two different scales: college lambing on a very, very large commercial scale versus our little flock of 70 odd lambing in a small barn. Hopefully there won't be as many to bottle feed, as it definitely dampens the profits, and I'll leave that to college to deal with.
Mine just keeps rotating into you.
Bottle feed them. But it is definitely going to be a case of missing the bottle feeding of the sweet and lambs. I will now give you a bit of silence so you can enjoy the really cute sound of a lamb bottle feeding. Lambing at college, at least me staying at college and lambing, was only short lasting. I was only there for 2 days, so I haven't got much content on there. I got as much as I could, but obviously it was busy at times, quiet others. When we're feeding the boys, these lot, we have noticed that a pheasant that you can kind of see in the distance there, likes to share the food with the boys. So every morning when we feed them, he comes over and comes up and eats the food once I've walked away, and he waits for it. It's quite funny. If you can think of a name for the pheasant that we've got now as one of the sheep, let me know down in the comments below and I'll see if I can find one of the best names for the pheasant. It's down to you guys now. We had a little celebration this month as we came to the end of our winter grazing, which we were very glad about. It meant that for the last time we had to take down some electric fencing. It was a big patch of field, but once we had moved the ewes, they were very happy in their next field. This field is their last field before they go into the barn in a couple of weeks' time, ready for lambing. This is quite a big event now as the countdown to lambing has officially begun. Not long now. The ewes moved really easily as they were excited for new grass. And they know that when they're being moved, they are on their way to a nice fresh pasture with healthy grass, meaning that they follow the bucket really nicely, right up close behind and easy. This will help them with their stage of pregnancy, as at the last point of pregnancy that they're in now is when the lamb does most of the growing, so they'll be quite hungry and use all of their energy to help the lamb inside of them grow. When we are lambing, let me know down in the comments how you want lambing content to be shown to you. Do you want live videos? Do you want daily videos where I can? Do you want TikToks, Instagrams, etc, etc? Let me know down in the comments and I'll see how I can present it to you. Obviously it'll be the first lambing on the YouTube, so we will see how it goes and how I can make it easiest for you guys to see the lambing and learn about the lambing that we do. Now that we are at the end of the video, I just wanted to give a couple of moments to say thank you to our sponsors and supporters. First of all, Osmonds, the animal nutritionist. We have used Osmonds for a few years now. We fully support them as they are all natural. We use their drenches, their lambing supplies such as Thrive It and InstaLife, Sustain, and even their mineral drenches. A couple of years ago we had a ewe who we nicknamed Skinny Minnie. She's always been quite small, but she became unwell and lost condition, as well as she was very stressed, did something called stress shedding, which is where she sheds all of her wool due to stress, hence the name. We gave her a tube of something called muscle paste, which is like a mineral paste that we give to them. This massively helped her and she is thriving even now. She is pregnant this year as well. She had a great lamb last year. So we definitely can vouch for Osmonds. Our next sponsor is Newbury 4x4 Centre that I'd like to say thank you to. This time of year it is more important than ever to make sure all of our 4x4s are the top to shape that they can be with, say, moving lambs or even just standardly travelling to lambing barns. We use Newbury 4x4 and they are great with their mechanical needs. Lastly, we wanted to say thank you to Moles for supporting us, Moles Newbury. We will be showing you some products that we work with Moles, such as a potential refractometer in the future to test out the colostrum percentage in the ewes, which will help us to nurture the ewes and nurture the lambs to make sure they're getting a healthy dose of colostrum to give them the best start to life. That's it for the video. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for watching. If you did enjoy this, like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications to know when our next video is out, and here's to March.